Welcome back. North Country Community Mental Health is sponsoring their 10th annual Autism Acceptance Walk. It's coming up at the end of April in Boyne City.
All autistic individuals, family, friends, and the community are invited to attend the event. And here to tell us more is Dr. Christine Dillon, Director of Children and Family Services. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So talk to us first about the North Country Mental Health group and what you guys do for the community.
Sure. So we cover about 3,000 miles. We have 6 offices in 6 counties, all the way from Sheboygan down to Kalkaska area. So a pretty large area of land. We have a lot of different services for pregnant mothers and babies, all the way up to whatever age you can think of. And with those services, it's broad. We have outpatient therapy, we have psychiatry, we have nursing, we have home-based services for children and families, and just about everything in between. And one of those areas that I'm so grateful to work with are autistic children and their families.
Wow.
There are lots of CMH locations across the state. Are they
Yes.
all more or less fundamentally the same purpose, the same types of services?
Sure, very, very similar. So we're all a little bit different. We have the same mandates from the state, and for Medicaid, that's largely who we serve is with Medicaid. Generally speaking, though, pretty similar.
Are people who are not on Medicaid, are they eligible for some of your services still?
Typically, it's people with Medicaid that have moderate to severe need.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the Autism Acceptance Walk, it's the 10th year. So you guys have been doing this for 10 years. When did that, or how did that idea initially spark?
So things are much different than they were 10 years ago. This is my 29th year working with autistic children and their families. So even from when I started in the early 90s, it's very different, which is fantastic. And there was really a need then to really talk about awareness, because there was not the media presence that there is now. There certainly wasn't the research that there is now. And in the last 10 years, there's been a lot more funding for research, a lot more interest, broadly speaking. And there are a lot of organizations, INSAR, the International Society for Autism Research, that just does a large breadth and depth for autism research, and there just needed to be some acceptance, especially in our smaller communities here. I think people still had kind of a very, very one way to look at someone with autism, and what we know is that every single person with autism, just like all the 3 of us, have all different needs in different areas that are strengths.
Sure. I do feel like in those 30 years that awareness has grown, but also maybe the confusion or the questions have then grown as well. People become aware of it, but then still don't understand it.
Yes.
I mean, I can remember a TV show I used to watch as a teenager where they had an autistic lawyer. And that was kind of my first exposure to it.
Sure.
Would you say that's true though? More questions,
100%,
the more people realize it?
100%. And in a way, that's really good that people are questioning and wanting to know more. That's fantastic. That makes my job a lot easier.
Yeah.
And I think one of the best things that people can do is just teach your children to be kind. Teach them that differences matter, they're important, and that they make a huge difference in all of our lives.
So when it comes to the Autism Acceptance Walk, what are some of the things that people can expect? What do you do to kind of, really share that message and answer those questions that people might have?
Sure. One of the most amazing things about this walk is it's 10th year now, so we see these children grow up. It's amazing. It's one of the things I love the most about it. We have little ones that were 2, 3 years old are now 13, and it's wonderful to see them, how they've grown. And anybody can walk, anybody. You don't have to pay to walk. If you'd like a t-shirt, it's $12. And all of that money just goes back to getting new t-shirts the next year and paying for things that we use, like bubble wands and things like that. There's activities for kids. We have the bubble wands, we have sidewalk chalk, we have face painting. More than anything else, it's an opportunity for families to come together around a sole purpose to celebrate one another. It's very hard sometimes for families with autistic children to be in a safe place where children can be themselves. That's the most important thing. And we don't just have children, we have people of all ages that are autistic.
I imagine that the walk itself is just a great opportunity for those kids and families and adults as well, because there you are, those impacted directly by autism are all together in one
safe
place.
space.
That's right. It's wonderful.
awesome.
There's a lot of laughter. It's just phenomenal. I love it. It's
And
my favorite.
do you feel like the parents kind of feel a relief, having an event like this to look forward year after year for their child or whoever it may be in their family to know, okay, we had this event where they feel included, they feel like themselves, they feel safe, they can look forward to it year after year?
Absolutely. I think that is so important. We have a lot of community partners that come as well. Shoreham ISD is there, our Cape Council, local libraries. I mean, just so many people coming around. And for an individual with autism and their family, that's the most important thing for them is community, to support them and help them feel safe.
We just have a few seconds left. We showed the flyer on the screen there, but it's coming up April 27th in Boyne
Yes,
City.
yes.
How can people get more information?
Sure. So that QR code right there is going to take you right to Eventbrite, which is great. It'll give you all the information you need. It's on April 27th. We are going to be setting up about 8. 9 o'clock is going to be the time when we are going to start registering, and 10 o'clock is going to be the walk.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Well, we'll wish for good weather and great attendance
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you.